Hey guys, it's Dave, and I just wanted to get another video. Last video, started to talk about what's going on in the grocery stores, and it got cut off, and that's okay. So I'm in there, 5 days a week, letting people know what's going on. Just a couple things first. Had a awesome time using Zoom for our church service, and was able to just be blessed and encouraged by the brothers and sisters in Christ. Um, the options of watching an online service right now are just phenomenal. I mean, on your Facebook feed, you'll probably see a ton of opportunities as well. Or if not, ask one of your friends, ask somebody that goes to a church you want to participate in. They can send you a link through email or text or whatever. But it's there. It's wonderful. You can do it from the privacy of your own home. And you can, it's what a great time to be encouraged. A couple other things too. One is I like to joke. I like to have fun. That's my coping mechanism. My go-to, my fallback is to joke and have fun. And to some people, oftentimes it can seem as inappropriate times, and trying to be more sensitive to that. Other people, though, are genuinely afraid right now, and we need to keep that in mind to try to encourage those people and support them, and great opportunity to share the hope that we have, in Christ, like we're encouraged to do in First Peter, is to share about the hope that we have that's in us, and it's opening up great opportunities right now for the church, great opportunities for believers to encourage and help our family, friends, neighbors, everyone around us. But here's what's a little insight into what's going on in the grocery industry. So go back to the Bush recession. And so the Bush recession, as well as the constant emerging of these online opportunities, especially Amazon and stuff, have put the traditional retailers to have to reevaluate the way they go and do business. And because of that, after the Bush recession, most traditional retailers pulled back on the supply that they would keep on hand and ready. For example, if you remember in the old days, something would be out on a shelf and you say, talk to one of the store people and say, hey, do you have any more of this in the back? They'd say, let me go check, and they come back out with it. Well, what happened now is these retailers wanting less money to be tied up in inventory that's not moving are carrying less and less of the product actually inside of the store. And so a lot of times now when something runs out, it's out. They don't have it in the back because they're trying not to keep their money stuck in inventory that's not moving. So that's one of the things that's going on. And because of that, what's happened is forecasting has changed. And essentially is months ahead, your grocery stores, your retailers are putting in orders and predicting how much of certain product they're going to need. And then those forecasts go to their warehouse, then their warehouse, goes to their distribution center. Distribution center puts in the orders with these companies, and the manufacturers then get these orders, and they, based upon the orders that are coming in and the forecasting, is how much product they want to make, because everyone's playing this game now where you don't want to have a lot of inventory sitting and not moving, because that has your money tied up. And so that's the situation that we're in right now. So when you have a big rush on product, on things, in this case, water, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, Lysol, things like that, what's happening is, it's not that we're out. The country isn't out, and they didn't stop making this product, but the lines to get there now are been pushed ahead. So what they forecasted is now gone, and now they're having to pull ahead from what they forecasted in the future, and that's being shipped to the stores now. But now there's a panic because people are seeing that, hey, every time I go to the store, they're out of this or they're out of that. So next time I see it, I'm going to buy it. So as soon as the shelves are getting replenished now, they're being drained again. And so then the shelves are empty again. And it's this cycle that's going through. The reality is if everyone could calm down and go back to their normal shopping behavior, in a couple weeks, the stores would be filled back up again, and we would pretty much be back to normal. But like I said, there are a lot of people panicking and in fear, and it is what it is, and the supply isn't being allowed to catch up with the demand at the moment. My hope is that eventually everyone's going to have some of what they think they need, and they'll be buying less, and then eventually the stores will be able to catch up, and you'll see this product back in the stores again. And then there's a couple of other factors going on too that have contributed. For instance, we're right here in Central California, where a huge percent of not only the nation's but even the world's food produce is grown, and there's tons of food plants and everything all over the Central Valley and Central California and Northern California, and the Bay, San Francisco, the boats that have been coming in. Well, one of the things that I got wind of that was happening from a supervisor at one of the grocery companies was talking about is that some of the boats shipping supplies coming in from China are not being allowed to come in right now. And so it's not that we're getting our food necessarily from China, but in a strange way, they're making some things you don't even think about, like labels that wrap around cans or boxes or packaging for different food items have been coming from China. And now all of a sudden, these packaging elements are being delayed. And so these companies here in the Central Valley are having to either wait or look for alternatives, whether they're going to Rock10 or one of these other companies that can manufacture packaging and things like that. And so that's also a problem. And then a few other things, just weird things, right? We had that Walmart truck that crashed and flipped over on 99, closed the freeway. So for one night, stores weren't able to get their truckloads in that night because the freeway was closed. And so that even made it look even worse. And then a store manager was telling me that one of the warehouses where they get a lot of their product from, they didn't end up getting that truck from that warehouse because employees were scared that someone had the virus in the warehouse they worked. And so they had like 20-something people call in sick that one night. So no one was there to actually load the trucks up and get the trucks to the stores. So there's a lot of little things like that going on. But the big deal, the big thing is just the supply and demand and the forecasting. And it's going to take some time for the stores to be able to get replenished enough where the shelves will still have product on them even after that morning rush comes in. There's nothing to be afraid. I'm in the stores every day. I'm in contact with companies, everyone from Food for Less to Walmarts and Targets and Save Marts, Rayleigh's, all these different customers I deal with on a daily basis. And there's no panic, there's no fear. The stores, although the stores aren't entirely sure of what's going to come in on their truck because the supplies are being taken quicker than they can be loaded and be put back in the stores, they are continuing to get deliveries and they're continuing to try to replenish their shelves. And as soon as this initial wave of fear and stocking and in some cases hoarding is over, you're going to see the stores start to return back more to normal. And there's going to be some things, that while we're during this time, obviously hand sanitizer is just not going to be available unless you're there and you see it. But just a couple of call outs for those of you that are older or disabled or whatever. Several stores are opening early just for you. I know Smart and Final is doing this. Target is doing it. Save Mart, I think, has 2 days a week set aside to do this as well. Some stores are also limiting the number of people that can go into the store at one time. This is not only is going to prevent the overcrowding scenario of making you more susceptible to catching something, but it's also going to make tensions a little less high while you're in the store shopping. So there's not going to be so many people running and fighting over the same product. And I know Smart and Final are letting in limited number of shoppers at one time, as well as Food for Less in Los Banos. I saw they were doing that as well, letting 50 people in at a time. So when one customer is done and comes out, they'll let another one in. If you are looking for something, your best bet is to go in the morning and try to be one of the first people in the store. The stores are getting their delivery trucks usually late in the afternoon or in the evenings. The night crew comes in usually 9, 10 o'clock at night. They work all night stocking the shelves of what came in. And pretty much everything that they got the night before is on the shelf when the store opens in the morning. But anyways, like I said, there's no real need to panic and to be in fear. There is product out there. It's just taking a while to get to the stores, and it's going to take a while before things settle down. And you're going to be able to walk in and see stuff replenished, but it's still coming and it's still there, and people are still getting stuff. If you are shopping and you happen to be able to get extra, please share with your neighbors, share with someone you know that is in need. We just need to band together during this type of situation and really just be loving, loving our neighbor as we would love ourselves. So if you can do that, that is wonderful as well. And just check on people. Check especially those who might be alone and cooped up without much contact of anybody else. Just make sure they're okay. And like I said, we're in a position now, we just have to share what we have. If you know somebody's in need, please make sure they get what they need, or inform someone else who can help them as well. Our church is pretty tight knit, and it's gone out there from all of us in our church that, hey, you just need to be honest and open with your needs so that we can, if possible, meet those needs for you, and just to make sure you're okay through this tough time. But yeah, like I said, tap in to all these different services that are online. It's a great, wonderful time for that. And I'll actually talk about the future of the church on another video, because I find it very fascinating of what's happening now. And there's some sad aspects to it, but there are also some really nice aspects to what's going on with the church, and how the church is being forced to change and refocus its priorities. But that's it. Be safe, stay inside if you can. For those of us that are working right now still, please keep us in your prayers. And if you do have to go out, just try to be calm and watch out for everyone else. And we're going to be all right, and we're going to make it through this. And we're definitely going to be stronger spiritually, emotionally, and hopefully we all come out physically stronger as well. That's all for now. Love you guys. I will talk to you later. Bye, and God bless.